Wait.
Dude, if that was Enma,
wait till we run. Send it in the beginning.
that would have took the
Yeah, they're gonna hear this part.
He's bipedal.
Make it the intro. He's a bipedal hominid.
Pass the sword.
Yeah, it's me, Tech, Mike, and Sid. Yeah. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Village Hidden in the Shed, the official anime podcast of the Shed Network and Alien Entourage. You're here with your boy Sid Floyd. You already know it wouldn't be the Village Hidden in the Shed if we weren't here with my cousin, the Blue Beast of the East.
Nice guy, like
Mike,
yeah,
nice. And you already know our third leg, the spoiled milkman himself.
This
Shed
milk
Tech
is
8.
way past its
And
expiration.
shout out to our boy Pickle
milk
Pat the
is way
Thinker. He's
better.
not with us right now. He's going to be on a little hiatus from the podcast.
Mm-hmm. He's in his fourth Ninja War right now,
Exactly. But we are going to
and he's not part of the Allies.
we are going to make do. But yeah, shout out to our boy. Today we're going to be covering the new One Piece joint, possibly some other stuff thrown in the mix.
Correct.
Let's just get right into it. Chapter 1098.
The big reveal.
Big reveal.
Where's Bonney from? The truth
and the
with the parents.
You know,
Did you
it's a
talk
messed
about
up thing.
1097 last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
did.
And 1095, but feel free to bring some stuff up and we'll sun you if you correct it.
No, I
If you
think we're
repeat
caught
it.
up. I didn't get to hear it yet, but
But well, you had the sniffles.
So we're still
But
a little
10
confused.
1098. It's crazy. The reveal, it's like there's mad
yeah.
like
extra
unanswered
fat around it. Or
It's
something,
almost like oh yeah, here's the reveal, but there's so much.
because there's like a 2-year period where
Yeah, you
she's
read my mind.
where she's gone, and then they go to save her, and then there's a baby,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's Bonney, and so it's like, so we know Kuma
Yeah.
most likely is not the.
Hold on one second.
So for me, at least, I'm kind of assuming that Kuma is not the father, biological father, because he wasn't there for 2 years.
It's
Right.
yeah, and you know what's
There's
fucked up
like
is
a
you
n-
shouldn't even have to assume that. That should be like kind of like.
But
you know,
I thought that was her father at first, like, you know.
he's a
But
pastor.
Do you remember when we did our his
That's
They don't have
he's
sex.
a padre.
Yeah, they don't
He's
have
a
sex.
padre.
It is very true.
San Diego.
But we did talk about it last episode. Remember when you were like, yeah, well, that's her dad, and remember I was like, well, that's what she's been told.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Oh,
what
is that
people
I told
her.
you so, dude?
Dude, but I didn't
Jeez.
know that. I got confirmed. Yo, I got confirmed, bro. Oh, the
true.
fucking. I did have that. Check the fucking record.
But
Check the record.
the
1097
Ginny's
episode.
the Ginny
Your boy.
being the mother, that was kind of iffy. And then
Okay.
it turns out that maybe she's most likely the mother and Kuma's not the father. And you're like, oh,
But you know
shit,
what's
what a
weird
twist.
is at no point do they actually say that it's her daughter.
Right. But you have to assume at this
You
point.
would want to. But
And-
if the
and
clone
that means-
theory, there's a lot of people who believe in this clone theory, and if that's really
But
what
Ginny
it
was
is,
able to do that while she was a prisoner?
no. Who knows what the fuck? Who knows what the real like powers of like the devil fruit are? Who knows if maybe it was like Ginny's devil fruit that is able to make like a
She
another
is.
version
They were
of-
gonna capture her,
They
and
did capture her.
and she turned herself
No,
into
but they
a
showed
baby.
well, no,
with
they
the
showed her
age
hand.
thing.
No, they showed her hand dead with all the stones in it.
That was
Yeah.
somebody else.
That's
that
a
was
panel.
it. Could have been like a snake carcass.
No, it couldn't be someone else because
Like a
they're like the only
snake
two.
That could have been
no,
one
like
of
a
those-
snake. She set her
Who
skin,
else?
bro.
Who else has that disease though?
No, I don't think
don't
that.
know.
Honestly, I actually do think that. I do. I think it's safe to assume that that's her mom.
And then
I don't know why I did this. You saw
because
that?
that's a baby.
I think it's safe to assume that.
That's a baby.
How
It's
come?
a baby.
Also, though, then that makes Bonney
Yep.
celestial dragon.
Yes. So that's the
That's
question:
dope.
is who's her dad then?
Doflamingo.
Who's the
For
daddy?
Garland.
Who's the daddy?
Why?
Garland's
Why do
everyone's
some
papa.
some of the celestial
You think so?
dragons wear spacesuits and some don't?
Because,
it's because-
they can't breathe.
Yeah.
But Doflamingo is a celestial dragon, and
It's
he
'cause
doesn't
they-
wear it.
Yeah, but
think
it's
that
because
they're-
they can't breathe when they're next to you.
Do you think
I
it's
know,
the
'cause I'm breathtaking.
I think it's like
They suffocate when they're away from you.
like the Wally thing almost. Like
think
those celestial dragons are like barely even like they're so like out of shape and stuff like that. You know, like
Wall-E,
a Wally
the movie.
Yeah, the
Oh,
movie.
I know what you mean
The
now.
movie Wall-E.
Where they're all like in the
In the
spaceship
bubbles and
they're
shit,
all
kinda.
like out of shape.
At
and
the
they can't
end,
even move.
yeah.
Their
They kinda-
bones can't even support their weight.
Very
and shit.
sad movie.
And all because they're
Very
not
sad movie. I almost got arrested that night.
because when you find
Isn't
out
how
the
mad you
celestial
were?
dragons are other people like Doflamingo, you're like, oh, what the hell? Because he's like buff
Yes.
and you're like that doesn't make sense. But then you start finding out. But maybe he would have turned into that.
Do you
But
think
his
that
dad
the-
wasn't like that either. But he kind of was different.
Is the blue
His dad
scale
was-
turning her into a dragon?
No, she died.
Oh.
And became stone.
Her
skin turned to stone.
Celestial dragons get reincarnated. Remember in that one arc where the one died and the little girl was sad, but then they were like, "Oh, Gramps, the grandpa, whatever, dragon." When they go to like the 1,000-year-old, like where the sky dragon eggs are. You don't know? You never? You know what I'm talking about?
Was that a celestial dragon
yeah,
thing?
that was a celestial
Was that a filler
dragon.
arc?
What's filler now? Have you seen the last episode? Dude?
I don't even remember.
I'm kind of torn on it now that I watched the last episode.
That is coming out, part 1 and 2. Go check that one. The Six Tails, canon or non-canon.
Oh yeah.
So if the blue scale does just turn you into a rock,
That's not a blue. Yeah, it's not a blue scale. They just call it that, right? Because
that's the disease. No,
it's called Sapphire Scale.
Yeah, Sapphire Scale or whatever. But if that just turns you into a rock.
It's like
blue,
It's
like
like
blue
Grace.
rock.
It's like Grayscale from Game of Thrones.
So here we go. I got it right here.
Okay.
Kumadin joined the warlords to get the cure for Bonney. Mm-hmm. He gave his body to the world government to get the cure for Bonney
because he's a buccaneer.
Or this,
and his blood would be immune to it.
or he takes the blue scale out, gives it to himself.
Yep.
Now he's dying.
Yeah.
So he has to give up his body too, because or else he dies for nothing.
Which would
I like
explain
my theory
there's
better.
a
That's
manga
kinda similar.
panel where he's like all bandaged up, and they were like, oh, maybe he didn't get messed up in a fight. Maybe he was covering up blue scale
Yeah, that's
or sapphire scale.
because if you think about it, if Bonnie gets cured, there's no cure. They go, there's no cure in the panel.
yeah.
Then
She's gonna
somehow
die by the
she's
time she's
cured,
10.
and now there's 2 years past that.
Yeah, she's 12
so.
now.
Kuma, maybe he took it on, and now it lasts 10 years for him. But he already gave his guy. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was in advance, and he took it, and he was dying. So he's like, I'm gonna give.
So to lend to text theory is there's these like older panels. Like obviously I'm not gonna recall the chapter off the top of my head.
I'll tell you.
Sabayoti, Bonney has an interaction with Kizaru, and he says, "Oh, you got a lot taller." So like that's an implication that Kizaru knows Bonney, right? Then there's another in another chapter where Akayunu's like fucking says how he's worried. How he was worried when Bonney had escaped. He's like, "Yo, when I found out that Bonney escaped, I was worried." And so then where was she escaping from, right? Probably if we're looking at this correctly or not correctly, if we're looking at this like the way that you were kind of pushing it, is like maybe Kuma gives up his body to the world government as a warlord and as a like a vessel for experiments for Vegapunk.
Yeah.
In order to find the cure for Bonney, and Vegapunk was like administering that to Bonney. Like she went with him.
Yeah.
And he was like doing the tests on the both of them because that was the only way to do it. And that's why when Bonney runs into
Vegapunk,
it's she's like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you because she probably has like memories of that. One, and then two, she must have escaped at some point. And maybe they had given her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where she got her devil food from, was from the world government. Like
And
we
she's Buccaneer and Celestial Dragon.
No, she's not Buccaneer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because Kuma's not her
I
dad.
know, but that would have been crazy.
So I guess the question is, who is her dad then?
She's from Tampa Bay. The abuser.
Yeah, that's all we can assume.
the
at the
predator.
moment.
Celestial Dragon?
Celestial
Was it Saint
Dragon.
Charlo or is that his
We
dad?
don't know. No,
was
it's
the
the
one-
brother, isn't it?
No. Who was the one who was riding Kuma on his back?
That's
Charlo's
Charlos,
dad?
I think.
Or is that Charlos?
I can't remember what the other guy's name is. What's the
I
dad's
think it starts
name?
with one of them starts with an M and the other one's Charlos.
I didn't know.
Are you looking up his dad?
Yeah. His name's Saint Rosward.
Okay.
Rosward and Charlos.
Okay,
And
ready?
the older brother of Saint
chill.
Shalria.
So that's supposed to be Charlo?
It's the girl one.
Oh, okay. So
You just keep it
so
up here.
that
We already
might
know you're
so
searching
that
stuff.
might be
I'm
the
connected.
Just keep it up here.
so that might be her dad, right? If that was the one who had forced Ginny to marry her, which is a weird thing, right? If he is the one, there's one thing is that he ended up getting Kuma as a slave and riding him around Marie Joie, which is nuts if he was the one who took Ginny and then then was the dad.
Doesn't it kind of also loan to when he went sick in the last couple chapters?
Yes.
How he takes over. I mean, he goes after
Goes
Marie Joie.
nuts. So then there's that.
Yeah.
There's that part of it. The other fucking sick part of it is if that's the case, and that means that Saint Charlo is his son, the one that Luffy punched at Sabayoti. Mm-hmm. Also, the first time that you see a celestial dragon in One Piece It's
The one that he
it's Saint-
punches, the first one ever.
Yes.
That was Charlo.
Yes. So
And
that's the
And
son.
that's Nika coming to save him.
So check
Like,
this out.
That's kind of cool.
So check this out. That's the son of the dude who supposedly, if this is the theory, like forced Ginny into marriage and got her pregnant and had Bonney, right? If that's the case, then her son is the one that Luffy punched at Sabaody. The first time that you see a celestial dragon in One Piece is when he pulls up. Zoro is about to murk him. Jewelry Bonney shows up for her first appearance, first devil fruit appearance too, where she turns into a fucking 10 or a 12-year-old and knocks Zoro out of the way and saves supposedly her half brother's life. That would make Charlo her brother. The dude that Zoro was about to, the dude that fucking
that's what- I
Luffy
see what you're
punched,
saying.
that would be her brother then.
Yeah.
And also, Charlos
And maybe
is.
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
Charlos
good.
is the one that tried to kidnap the mermaid.
Yes.
Right?
Also-
Yeah.
So that would be her brother. And then you see him while he's there, he does the exact same thing that his father did. He makes a girl at Sabaody marry him, and she goes, I'm
that's right,
engaged.
yeah.
So wait, that would
And
be
he goes,
her
"It
older.
doesn't matter."
Her older brother.
Doesn't he
So
save
then that means
one?
so Ginny.
Yes.
So
Yes.
also Ginny being the mom for them too.
It's her half brother. So that
But-
would
but
be
we
a
don't
different
know- we
parent.
know who his mom
because
is?
he's full celestial dragon blood.
And who's his mom though?
They don't
So,
show.
Whatever that
but
dude's
just
in-
because maybe that's how they get their wives. They don't. It's not. You know what I mean. So
Yeah,
maybe in that 2-year span, he
he's
was
way
born.
older,
and
though.
there were two. Way
He's
older.
way older. So
Okay,
you would
okay,
assume
okay.
that as a celestial
like a
dragon, you would
half-brother.
probably just
Yeah.
Who was the
like
one that?
Zeus, like a Zeus type deal.
Who's the
You're
one
going
that
in and like
saved somebody from at the Fishman Island? Remember that the celestial
yeah,
dragon.
Yes.
That's
Who's
another one.
that? He dies though, right?
he dies at the summit.
Yeah,
Or not
that's
the
right.
summit. The
That wasn't
what
the
do they
one
call
that
it? Not
killed
Mary
that's-
Joie?
Yeah, not in Naruto. They
Reverie.
called it the Reverie. That's what it's
That
called.
was the one they
That's
thought
where the
killed
whole
Neptune's wife or something, or that's a different one too.
Different
Right?
one. No,
Shirayoshi?
Yes, but but she saved his life and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, I'm getting confused because they all look kind of stupid.
They look stupid.
the
as shit.
celestial
Yo, they
dragons.
make you want to hate them, and then you get this like this whole thing where like Oda's taking like multiple characters and bringing them into the storyline, like making them a pretty big part of the storyline. And you see this whole thing with Bonney where like every person that joins the Straw Hat crew, you get this backstory from them first, and it's like sad as shit, like it's messed up, you know. And then
Except for Luffy's.
Luffy's just sad as fuck.
What happened to him?
I mean,
His
when you
brothers-
think about
his
it,
brother, he thought Sabo died when he was one of his brothers died when he was a kid, which is a traumatic experience. And then
That's not blood.
no, but you know what the
but
thing
come
is
on.
though too. If you
They-
really
they
think
drank
about
sake
it, if you
together.
think about it though, Luffy's upbringing, the sad part is that he's kind of like an orphan.
Yeah.
But other than that, it is like the least
out of all of them,
out of all of them. But then maybe that comes back to the fate. His fate, like he was born to be this person, and he's like kind of came out of nowhere, and there's no real backstory on him. And then you learn about him, and like he's connected to all these people.
yeah.
but like
he's just alone, bro.
But like even
His mom
Ace has
died.
a backstory more
Yeah.
than him,
Of
and
course,
Sabo's
Saturn.
backstory is crazy.
Crazy as hell.
It's like so. It's like, but
All the
Luffy
Straw
is
Hats,
just like
all the Straw Hats have a wild Jinbei, Robin.
Ooh.
what Jinbei?
Yeah.
Yo, let me get this out. First
Yeah,
of all,
shout him out.
give you a little pause real quick.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll
Give a
pause
shout
right
out to our boy Odysseus Theodoratos. I'm sorry I didn't
up,
let you
okay.
write your last name right first, but dude, Tomahawk Angel, phenomenal manga. This is part 1. Part 2 comes out in the spring. Go pre-order this if you get a chance.
Very good.
It
I
is
read the first
absolutely-
15 pages right before this. Was amazing.
Dude, I read it I read it twice already. I read it in a couple hours right when I got it. I had a delivery get messed up. They took my money and the delivery got deleted. Not his fault. Amazon totally botched it and
then
they didn't deliver it. And I just spent the money right away and bought another one
And you-
immediately. And it showed up the next day at my house.
And now you work with the enemy.
Yeah, and dude, this
Yeah, this fucking
this
manga
is
sick.
this is an absolutely incredible story. I can't wait to read part 2.
Odysseus?
yeah.
Theodorados?
That's
It's,
the guy.
the
Tomahawk Angel.
It starts off pretty nice, like dope. It goes right into it.
It's really good,
It's
and
like-
the
it's like,
artwork is incredible.
And if it has like that JJK or like Chainsaw Man feel with like the monsters in it and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's dark.
and it's dark. It's
It's
very
it's
dark.
cool.
I like it a lot, man. I thought the storyline was absolutely
So
incredible.
if you like the mangas that we're into, this definitely right up your alley.
Go check it out. Tomahawk Angel.
Any
We'll
lewd
have-
scenes?
What do you say?
Any lewd scenes
What
in there?
is
Lewd is like R-rated,
Yeah. In what like not like X-rated, but like R-rated.
like with girls. Lewd is
no.
with naked girls in it.
Is there a lot of gore?
there is.
A lot of gore.
I seen
There's a
crows
little bit of
already,
gore.
and
I'm
I was
afraid
I
of
like
excited.
crows. I like crows.
I'm afraid of
When
the
the crows come in,
Yeah.
then you know
And it's gonna be a big deal.
Gory mangas make me queasy.
Oh,
they can.
I could see that.
They can.
I could see that.
So
Anyways,
Bonnie's a celestial dragon.
Yep.
Kuma took the blue scale from her.
maybe
Pass.
we don't know.
Pass.
Oh, could I give you a fucking
We don't
theory
even know
on
if
where
she's
I
a
think
celestial dragon.
we
To be
don't
honest,
either. No, we don't.
we technically don't. She could be Ginny.
That's
Yeah, so that's
also-
the cool one where if Ginny got the fruit, but then she would have reversed the sickness.
You don't know we don't
Because
even
we
really
saw her
know.
hand.
But we don't even really know what the power.
No,
of the fruit
she
is.
she
You have no
fooled
idea.
Kuma because Kuma
No, she
doesn't
would
even
never.
know.
She would never fool.
And she
Kuma.
made herself a baby. Some other old lady with some blue crystals died.
No, she
the
wouldn't
old
remember.
lady.
She'd be a kid.
There was an old lady there though.
No, Kuma,
She goes, "Hey, what? She went all the way across the ocean to save her baby."
Bonnie's giving you the run for I can't even speak.
Go ahead.
But why would
Run
Ginny
for
do
her
that to
what?
Bonnie?
To run for
Money.
whose money?
So you think it's some weird thing where Ginny is like, "I want Kuma to love me, so I'm gonna turn into
No, to
this
save
little baby."
to save her.
But if she can control her age when she's a baby, so she forgets that she has the power because she turns to a baby and then just grows up. Why would she do that?
I have no idea. Or she gets her devil fruit from the world government or something like
But
that.
I'm saying
along
if
the
she
way.
turns herself to a
Either way-
baby-
either way,
Well, yeah.
no matter what, at 12 years old or
Oh, here we go.
at 10 when you see her,
We're
she's
at
already,
21.
Also, too,
but
yo,
she's already at. Just think about as nasty as all the pirates that you see in One Piece are. She's 12 and she's like got a
What?
wicked
A
high,
bounty.
wild high bounty.
Worst
And
generation.
Everybody knows who everyone's like scared her. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
she's
Bonnie.
like
That's the jewel. Yeah.
exactly, You know?
Also, too, it's cool. I think
That's pretty nuts.
if she's 10 at Sabaody, that's right when she's supposed to be 10. That's right when Kuma like completely gives himself,
himself up.
So that means maybe he did suck it out right then, because that's 10 years old. And, then the time
and then
skip.
he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna die, so I'm gonna give up my body.
Yeah. No, pause on the set. Well,
Yeah.
Man, stick-
But
That's,
then the time skip and she's 12 and she's cured.
that's when Blackbeard, when she was 10, said that he wanted to be with her
He did say that.
when she was 10.
But she's like 19 on the eyes.
But nobody
Blackbeard
knows
doesn't
that she's
care.
10? Or everybody knows?
No one
No, she's
Okay.
12. She's
No, but
12.
nobody knows.
Yeah,
that.
but at the time
nobody
she
knows
was-
actually how old, or now they know how old she is.
The only
Or
person
we
that
just
we
know
know,
from we're reading.
but
it.
I don't
But,
think everybody knows
in the
that.
universe. They don't know that.
I don't think
What
it's
are-
common knowledge. No.
Nope.
and Kuma just lets that be. I'd be punching dudes left and right, dude. I'd be like, "Yo, chill, bro."
Yo, he's like, how did he not just fuck up Sanji instead
Blackbeard
of
would have
Zoro?
been dead real quick. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Blackbeard would have fucked Kuma up.
No, not a
He would have
chance.
cracked
He's
those
got
air
a.
bubbles in half.
He's got
Well,
an
his
ancient
devil fruit
fruit.
wouldn't work against.
He's got a
Blackbeard,
legendary
though.
fruit.
Yeah, but it wouldn't work
it
against
wouldn't
Blackbeard
work because it's
The pawpaw fruit.
because
wouldn't
he
work.
absorbs it though.
False. I mean, not false on that, but false that it wouldn't work.
But how,
That's,
he would have to be.
He would just take. He would just
He'd
be
have to
like.
suck it
nasty
into
at
his
hockey.
belly.
He would take Blackbeard's pain, and Blackbeard would go, oh, and have little sprinkles in his eyes, and he'd go, send him away, and then he'd eat up the pain and be like real
No.
G
No, he would
status.
He would have
absorb it.
Top G
sucked it all
status.
up.
He would.
Yeah,
black
he would
hole
have
it.
ate all his pain and sent
No,
Blackbeard away.
no.
No, the other way
Blackbeard would
around.
have sucked a paw up.
No,
and
because he would have hit him.
Sucked up a paw.
He would
paw
have,
it to-
because once he took the pain
The
away,
hoof.
then Blackbeard, you get that little twinkle in his eyes, and he would have went soft for a second.
With one tear go drops. But how are you gonna get the pain away?
It's a legendary ancient fruit. And he can do that.
Okay, so
we
I'm
don't
not-
know all the powers. We know 2 powers.
No, but
of this
all-
one fruit. There's no way
obviously.
he doesn't have
It-
more powers.
But Blackbeard nullifies devil fruits. That's his
if
one
yeah,
thing.
but he's not invincible. So
no,
like you
but
can.
hockey is how you beat Blackbeard.
Well, he definitely has strong hockey.
Who? Kuma?
Kuma.
We don't know.
He was
We don't
training
know
with
that.
Dragon. Of course, he would have hockey.
Ooh, that's a
Come on,
valid
dude.
point. Valid point. All the people in the Revolutionary Army have
Have strong
significant hockey.
And though, but
He's probably knows little fishman.
he might know a little fishman karate, dude.
So for an
All right.
for an
Maybe
anime,
my theory's off.
for a manga that's like everyone's like, oh, it's kind of soft and like no one dies.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of essay involved in this.
Is there?
Yeah,
What's that?
sexual assault,
Oh
implied sexual assault.
yes.
Yeah, but that's because I think it's like a
Pirates?
government. No, not a lot of pirates are doing it, right? It's more
No,
like
it's more of the
No,
government,
the world
forcing
government
people
doing it?
into these weird scenarios.
Well, yeah,
It's
because
pretty messed up. It's dark,
Yeah.
bro.
because there's not a lot of.
Oda goes there. We just finished an entire arc of like a whole country being enslaved and being forced to eat those smile fruits and like laughing at their
dude.
pain.
Very sad.
That was sad.
and then fucking Kuma's island that gets split in half and then that's how it ends. That was kind of a cool little loop around.
They think that that's gonna this is like the part that the part that we didn't see is where he becomes Kuma the tyrant of Sherbet Kingdom, because that's like that name.
Were they
And so
alluding
it's
to
like-
that when they were like, "Yo, ever since that day, you've been acting crazy"?
I think so.
And he went to like do some shit by himself and hits up
Because-
Dragon. He's like, "Yo, I'm all fucking worn out or whatever."
Yeah, because I think that at what point do you see him be a bad dude? At no point does he do anything.
Carries the book around.
Even when you originally see him be the villain,
when he
then you find out that he was not being the villain.
when he
and
kills
was
his whole
actually helping.
family and clan with Toby.
What?
Never mind.
Oh,
That was a Naruto reference.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like Itachi never really did anything bad either, and he was on the good side.
He did a lot of things bad by killing his family.
But that's what I said.
It's a good.
that's a good one.
It's a good
Thanks,
Good
dude.
one.
Thanks. I'm gonna try more of that stuff.
one. You should.
So what's next?
This milk is way
Sat-
past its expiration date, dude.
You're lucky
Saturn's,
it's not on it.
Saturn's devil fruit.
Saturn's devil.
I don't
fruit.
believe he's got a devil fruit.
Then
We
what
has to. He has a
Then what
body.
do you think the body
yeah.
transformation is now?
He's got a whole body transformation.
Jutsu?
Come on, dog.
Nah,
Dude,
I
because
don't
he's
know.
normal
If
with
you're
the
gonna
cane.
say it, then spray it, mother.
I think they're just like there's some celestial dragon gods. They could do whatever they
Yeah,
want.
but devil fruit there's only one option.
he has
like
a
devil
typical,
fruit
He has
or-
a typical ancient Zoan.
And it probably
transformation.
makes them
Like
that's how they're
Sengoku?
able to live longer.
Is his Zoan? I think is it the Buddha fruit?
Yeah,
Zoan?
I think it's a Zohan.
because it's a human.
Yeah, because I think it's the body transformation thing makes it Zohan.
No, because why? Because he has multiple.
Because he turns into that big gold Buddha.
That's why.
Okay.
But that's sort of what.
But because like if you're a Logia, your body turns into the thing. But if
And if
you're
you're Paramecia, your body's always like that.
yeah, your body is the thing.
Okay.
Maybe he's just got some new hockey,
Maybe.
like some bocce.
Bocce hockey,
There you go.
Yeah, some bocce hockey.
dude.
Little croquet.
What, you stitching? You sewing something?
I was thinking about making some.
So I don't know if I mean it doesn't say that it is.
No, what is it again?
That if he has a devil fruit or not.
That's very true. They don't say that, but he walks around with that cane, and then he comes out with a big crab body or a spider.
So the supposed devil fruit that he does have is called the Ushioni, right? And it's like this in like Japanese folklore, it's this like bull with it's like a bull ox's head with spider legs. And it's supposed to like pop up like in mountains and on beaches, and obviously I looked this up. Obviously.
Of course, you
I didn't
should.
just have this like in my head. And they pop up and run up on people and kill them or curse them, right? And across all these multiple like different cultures that reference the Ushioni, every single one of them that runs into this demon gets cursed with an incurable illness. Sapphire Scale. So
Or the
Theory.
white lead, or
well, that
maybe.
came. Well, that was like kind of like an asbestos reference. That came from what they were mining. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like what
That's
they were
true,
mining
too.
was
That's
like,
true, too.
oh,
Okay,
it's
okay,
killing
yeah.
everyone,
That's
but we're
true,
gonna
too.
take the
But
money.
this
off of
one
it.
is like no one.
No one knows the origin of it, right?
Right, and no
so,
cure to it.
Two theories. One, if this is Saturn's devil fruit, and he is putting an illness on someone, that he's the one who gave Ginny the illness. One, because if it wasn't that dude, that celestial dragon that was the father, what if one of the 5 elders took Ginny as a wife?
Are you saying because of how good looking she is?
She's great looking.
She was a good looking.
She's a good looking
woman.
gal, and
So-
she could eat, which was good.
and
good quality.
but her strength was superhuman,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm not
No,
sure.
because she was strong as fuck, right?
I'm not sure. I know that
No,
she
I
was
thought
just
there-
revolutionary.
I mean, she'd have to be strong. I would assume maybe there's something like with her. What they were like, hey, we need to make a baby with her.
Okay.
For a reason. You know what I mean?
Possibly like her bloodline. Also, a theory is that say that dude took her as a wife, like that celestial dragon dude, and then the 5 elders found out that there was a revolutionary army member that was a wife of a celestial dragon. So they were like, yo, we got to get her out of Marie Joie. So he gave her an incurable illness and they tossed her and her kid out. I think that's a kind of a solid theory. Because if you look at
Well, why wouldn't he just kill her?
because she's like I don't know, maybe he didn't, I don't know.
Who? Bonney?
No. Saturn. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
That Saturn cursed them.
I know,
No,
but I don't know.
That Saturn, I'm just saying a possible theory is that Saturn found out that one of the celestial dragons happened to pick a wife that was a revolutionary army member. And he gave her this illness because the legend behind his devil fruit is that it gives people these incurable illnesses.
That's pretty good.
Or
and if you look at what that thing looks like, the Ushioni, it actually I'll show you a picture real quick. It looks just like his body transformation. It's damn near spot on.
I'm sold. I think he's got a devil fruit now. It's close.
Is that not not it?
That is it.
I'll show that on the camera
that
too.
is it.
That's
Because he
like-
has horns.
you know what I'm
No,
saying?
that is it for sure.
Apparently,
Is that like-
it was even a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
That is it for sure. No, that is it for sure. If Oda's gonna illustrate it as well as he did, it's like here. This is
And he's a
it's
Cherry
obvious
Garcia.
what it is. He's like it's
I'm
like all the
sold.
devil fruits. The fruits came out later. Like, but he's like, I mean, it's. I mean, I've never seen that picture. It's obvious. That's
What
what
about
happened.
He's right. Like when you look at that, you're like, oh, come on. That's
What about the
definitely it.
demonic circle summon that he did, dude? With the hockey thunder coming out of it when
So-
he first popped up?
Dude? And then
That shit was
we were talking
crazy.
about how
It
when
was like
Sanji went
devil
after him,
shit.
he got knocked out with
with
I
the
think Conqueror's
Conquerors.
hockey,
He did it with the.
He didn't get touched.
and
did
no
he
one
do it
touched
with
him.
the cane.
No, it was.
He doesn't hit him with the
didn't
cane?
move.
No,
He
he
didn't
had
move.
Bonnie, and then
He had Bonnie in one hand, the
I know,
sword
and
in his
then
chest,
Sanji
and
comes
he just,
after,
He just
yeah.
had the cane.
and he
in
was
his
like
other
the whole
hand.
time he's like, "Yo, you think I was scared of the sword?" And
Yeah,
that
and
whole
he
time
heals.
Sanji's like,
He
So
heals
here-
it too.
Yeah.
So
No
here's
blood
that's
either.
another
Well,
example of a Zoan fruit.
Is the healing.
the healing.
Yeah, he self-healed because it's a full transformation. I
So
think.
like that Hellgate summon thing, that the legend of this thing is that it just like pops up on people. So that might be a power of his devil fruit,
you know
or
what
that
it's
might
called?
be no
in lore,
Dude,
Ushioni.
so did we
Ushioni?
answer a question from last episode? Why did they send him there? Maybe because he
he's
had
the
the
weakest,
ability
he's
the
to.
strongest.
No, because he had the ability
to pop up, and that's not a 5 elder ability. That's his
That's
ability.
his
that
ability.
he
Because
could
how
just
else
do
did the
that.
elders get there? He's like,
And
all right,
he-
I'll be back.
That,
And he
or maybe
pops
that's the
up.
thing where they could all move because they're with him too. Like
They
you
pop
know-
up with him.
Yeah, like he
But
could
maybe
just-
they send him there because he's the one that
that-
can pop up.
that would make them all powerful. He pops up.
Yeah,
he pops up
because otherwise, a lot of there's not a lot of fruit abilities that like can make you travel really really far distances like that, right? Like except for like Kuma's like that
No,
can.
There's not a lot.
So yeah, I think maybe that's what it was. It's not even that he's the weakest or strongest. It's like that's his ability.
he's also got the coolest name too.
Cherry Garcia.
Jay Garcia,
dude.
That's cool.
Good ice cream.
Don't drink
Decent
the tap
band.
water at Jerry Garcia's.
Decent band.
Yeah.
So if Saint J Garcia Saturn's a spider, what do you think?
Spider
An
Bowl.
ox spider.
Who do you think
Ox
the other
spider.
guys are?
That's the.
Can you look
that's
up-
the question.
Also,
What
is
are they
that-
called?
There's
is it-
that picture of them where they all have their shadows, and it looks like all of their body transformations.
What is it
if you
called?
could bring that up.
Ushioni?
Could it
That's-
be connected
that's the
to
demon, but-
Black Maria's fruit too? You think? Because she's got like an ancient spider thing, or is it just separate?
She has a spider thing, and then she also has the ogre horns though instead of ox horns. Where
Right.
his horns are like a bull, and hers are like Kaido's and
Right.
Yamato's. But if you look up, there's a panel where they had all of the 5 elders silhouettes, and it was all of their like body transformations that kind of lent to the idea that
Do
they
we
all have
see-
ancient Zohans.
Do we see Saturn's like legs or?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
he has a spider legs. So while he's looking that up, just to lend to the fact that Saturn had something to do with Ginny dying, or he was the one who orchestrated everything going on with Kuma. Mm-hmm. When Bonney sees Saturn, she starts crying. Like in the manga, when you see that, like when she goes to attack him, she's crying the whole time.
And
Which
she
is like
gets the sword on him.
yeah, but like you know what I'm saying? They don't show that in any other case. Like why would she be crying? Like what emotional issue, would come about where you're about to start crying and then attack this dude like
So she
wildly.
But the thing is though that but within the 10 years of her growing up, when was she captured and like?
Well, that's what we don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what.
So you're saying that
that's what. There's
the
more questions than answers with this.
So, yeah, like the connection to the celestial dragons and maybe Saturn is throughout the time of her. Like they were like we can't have her. Maybe they were like we can't have her survive, but you can't because she's behind Kuma and Dragon. Like how are you gonna get to her type thing? So they're trying to like
kill
she
her. Escaped. Well, at some point she escaped because that's what we got from the Akainu panel.
So that means she had to.
She was in. At some point she was in custody of the world government.
And then you think at the same time that Kuma also
10
gave himself to Vegapunk and all them. So they were both there together.
And I think maybe they were testing Kuma's blood because he had Buccaneer's blood, and they were using it to maybe heal Bonney.
Well, they were using it for the Lunarian thing too.
Or they were creating a devil fruit that would heal Bonney.
They were making the green blood with his blood, right?
With the Lunarian shit?
The green Lunarian and Buccaneer blood was like the green blood. I think they called it.
I don't know.
Right? Do you know that? The
Which
green
one?
blood?
The Seraphins?
Is that mixed with Buccaneer blood?
The green blood?
It's like Lunarian and Buccaneer or something. I could be wrong on that.
I can't remember.
But maybe Bonney gets captured and Kuma is like, yo, I'm willing to give myself up.
Yeah, exactly.
To free her. But then in the process, he's captured. Or it's like a, and then maybe she didn't escape, but maybe he was like, you give her up as a hostage thing and I give you me. And you could do whatever you want with me as long as she's free. And then in the process, he takes the blue scale from her.
Well, the dude who's the king of the Shore Bay Kingdom, right? Mm-hmm. He's the
evil
king
dude
of a kingdom. So you would assume that he has to have he would be called in for like the reverie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Kuma's name when he gets introduced in the beginning, Thriller Bark and all that shit, his name is Kuma, the Tyrant King of the Shore Bay Kingdom.
Sorbet, right?
Kingdom,
yeah.
Why do I keep Sorbet?
Sherbet. No, but he was the king of the Sorbet. Oh, yeah.
He's a tyrant king. So at some point, maybe he, also killing like a king who's part of the reverie is probably a massive crime.
And that's why he was always protected. And then he was also a warlord.
I'm just saying maybe he took him out, and that was something too that he had to like not repent for, but like give himself up for. Okay, cool. So yeah, you see here.
So that's
Saturn. Yep. And then all the other ones have these weird.
They're called.
Oh, there's a dragon.
In Japanese lore, it's called the yokai. I think it's called Yokai.
What does that mean?
It's like a demon,
and that's what we're seeing. Don't we see those all the time?
All the Gora side,
Aren't we seeing those like those type of demons in the background of stuff all the time?
That's them. That's the five elders.
That's the five elders.
But they've only showed it twice though.
Only twice.
A yokai is the direct translation is a strange apparition, or a class of supernatural entities and spirits in Japanese folklore. The word yokai, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yokai.
Maybe. Well, I think not that this is a good theory, but I think maybe the five elders, they got their hands on like those ancient devil fruits.
They're
but you know
mythical yokais.
Is there two eyes or one?
One eye.
One eye.
Then it's yokai.
But the O's got the straight line over the top of it.
That means that it's yokai.
Yokai.
So you know how like devil fruits, they appear based on like the fear of people, all right?
Isn't that kind of
desires, right? So maybe these guys had their devil fruits when there was like a handful of them.
Well, that's they probably have them from their ancient,
and they're trying to collect them so no one else gets these powers, and that's like the struggle between the government controlling the world.
Well, you got to assume that they probably got all their fruits from Emu, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's safe to. You would assume that Emu gave the five elders.
Emu in that picture is the top one. He's also in it. He's depicted in it. This right here. He's the top right there. That's Emu.
Interesting.
So Emu's got his own mythical yokai because you see all these. That's Emu back there, and then there's another one where he is. This one. That's Emu, but you see the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a different one though. There might be another one that you don't even know about yet. But they're saying they're the yokais, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it might be who. Is that bird one?
Yeah, dude, that's the villain from Kung Fu Panda. The villain he's like a peacock. But
Oh, it's not a peacock though. That's
but
like a.
I don't know if he is. I think he is a peacock.
That's like the literal. It's like the bird from Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Ho
Because in
ho.
Kung Fu Panda, the
Right.
villain is like I think he might be a peacock, but he's like he's a bird like that, and he. Has
I think he is a peacock in
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda, if I'm not
But it
mistaken.
looks similar.
What about the 5 poisons of Hinduism?
That's something we could talk about later.
No, that's what they're saying. It might have something to do with that.
I believe it. I think like the way, especially the way Oda the way he writes. I think it's gonna be like super ancient godlike things that or else how else you got to end it crazy. I mean, he's saying everyone's saying this is the last arc, right? We're getting into the last arc.
No. Well, I don't
like
know if
it's
they
like
no. I
done?
think he. I don't know if his. We were talking about it before. I don't know
Yeah.
if his preliminary writings are there or whatever. But Elbaf is definitely coming after Egghead,
Okay.
and then you got to figure there's other Egghead's directly in between what Elbaf and.
So it's halfway done.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we have no idea, dude.
So
We
when
got a long time to go.
when
hopefully.
Emu, I just realized something. When Emu or whatever, right?
Yep.
When he kills Cobra
Yep.
in that what is it called?
Reverie.
Panel.
Oh, the panel.
In the panel, he shoots a tail at him that looks like,
Like a
a
black-
arrow, like a black
Like
arrow,
a Shikamaru
like a yeah.
or
Hold
a
on, let me
blood
see if I can find
manipulation,
it.
Really?
piercing blood.
It looks like where is it?
Boom.
It does look like piercing blood a little bit. Yeah, actually, it does. It's right there.
Done, dude. That's fast.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
sound of-
exactly like
that's the-
piercing blood.
No,
the
that's going.
Speed of sound.
That's the one that goes after. Yeah. And then
And then Sabo comes in to try and save
Sabo.
him.
Yeah. See.
Oh, also, dude, another panel with Kuma
Interesting.
when he attacks that place. There's like one panel that shows little Sabo. Did you notice that?
Yes, where he's trying to fight Kuma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they don't say anything about it.
That's weird.
Maybe
They
is that the
didn't-
day that he joined them?
No, he joined because Dragon found him like half dead.
Right. So then what was that?
Maybe he was just sparring with him.
Could be.
It keeps on showing them.
Mm-hmm. He's like Black Zetsu a little bit
Doing
too.
these weird little apparitions.
Yeah, and you see him back there
That's so weird, man.
and right there.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Something that I never looked into at all.
So
And it's in mad panels.
if you look up the most evil yokai of Japan, you would think that he'd be one of them, right?
Probably.
So we got Shuten Doji. He's the Oni. Remember what's that mean?
Oni, yeah.
Demon.
The demon. He was a troublesome orphan child. And
Like
then
all of 'em.
so then the second one, which I don't think it is because it's a girl, Tamamo Nome Kitsune. She's a girl though. And then number 1 would be Emperor Sutoku, which is this guy. So I don't think
Sitting on the throne.
I don't think it might not be. He's sitting on scrolls.
Oh, okay.
So it's Raizo.
Yeah. I don't know if that's
Or
it
that's
says
he's sitting on knowledge, dog.
Look,
The
it
knowledge
says
of the void century.
Emperor
Yeah.
Sotoku rose to the throne when he was just a child. Through official records stated that Sotoku was the eldest son of Emperor Toba. It was an open secret that he was actually sired by Toba's father.
Huh.
So it's either
What's his?
Sotoku.
What was he like? What's the lore behind him?
Let's see. He oh okay, so he
It makes sense though. If he's sitting on the throne.
he
That's
became
an
the
ancient-
power after his dad died. He took the throne. They hated him, and then some shit happened. And at only 3 years old, he became the new emperor, and they killed him. And then he killed the other guy, and then he said that he lived the rest of his life as in exile as a monk.
So he killed somebody.
All right, maybe not. Who knows?
But this guy,
The first one?
he's like kind of crazy looking, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I'm gonna have
guess
to
you
bring
can,
that up on the video.
We're gonna have to look into it.
you can definitely like go deeper into it, like to see like which yokai has like a crazy tail or something like that looks like that. Because I'm assuming if he's gonna bring out one, and you already figured out that the spider ox was what's it called?
Ushioni.
Ushioni. So then there has to be. You would think that Oda always sticks with a certain like.
Unless he's doing like different things, because if it's like the 5 planets, like maybe he's stretching across like 5 continents or something like that.
It's true. I don't know, man. It's tough because there's just so much.
Yeah, it is. There's
Just
a lot
so
of
much.
Well, there's no answers. So everything that we do is just going to be conjecture until he ends up. And it's messed up because this is the one where you thought that we'd have the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we just
brought
have more questions. Yeah,
And it could be like Chinese lore too. It doesn't even
lot
have
of
to
it
be
is-
Japanese.
and
lore.
Buddhist
No, it
too.
could be a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
There's a lot
so-
of references across like everything. He references everything.
Because like the kuma thing, the pawpaw fruit, isn't that more of like a Chinese symbol? That cat. Like the cat in the window, the gold cat that always goes like this.
No,
with
that's
the paw.
Japanese.
That is Jap, but it's
Yeah.
always in the Chinese restaurants too.
That's a Japanese thing, but he's a bear. Kuma means bear in Japanese.
Oh,
So
so
it's
it's
a
a
bear
bear paw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like the same symbol as like you see the cats, all those cats. I was like, oh, that's
It's supposed to be a big ass bear.
he does have the bear ears.
He looks like a panda.
So is his ears coming through his hat?
Yeah, he looks like a panda.
So he has slits in his hat.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a cool dude. He pulls it over his head and puts the slits in the beanie. So if I got one more thing that I wanted to bring up, and it's it's just the fact that we read a chapter where Oda had unfinished artwork in it because he said he didn't have time to finish it or whatever. He wasn't feeling well or whatever. But reading it and you're looking at it and you're like, oh, is this like a certain type of detail that he's trying to put in there?
Yeah,
And you just realize
yeah.
that he didn't erase the preliminary shading. It was like like a third draft or something like that you were reading towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Not in the beginning, but
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, huh, that's weird.
It was
Different
weird.
style change, but
it was almost more like you see in like JJK and stuff sometimes in some
Yeah.
of the action scenes where
so yeah,
there's
sometimes
a lot
they're
of
like
motion
unfinished
happening.
stuff.
But it
like.
looks, I think that in that one, it's more on purpose. Whereas
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this
for
one,
sure.
you saw it and you were like, oh, I thought it was. And then you found out the reason why.
Yeah.
So
I
they're
thought that was
saying
kinda
that
interesting.
they're saying that Emu might beat the Umibozu,
What's that?
the vengeful sea spirits. Do you remember those?
Oh, and then that
Okay.
comes to the sea
Devil
prism
fruits.
and the
Yep.
devil fruit stuff.
And because Umi backwards is Emu. And they're saying that Umibozus were priests that died at sea. But what if Emu's a god who died at sea and is now vengeful to all the pirates?
And the devil fruits.
And the devil fruits, yeah.
Oh, man.
And Emu spelled
because
back.
the devil fruit is the, that's crazy.
But that means he created devil fruits?
Emu spelled backwards is Umi, which means sea.
Because if he created the devil fruits, then
And
that
the-
would make you vulnerable to the sea.
I think he has a devil fruit though.
Who, Emu? He
Clearly.
crawled down from when he went to go get Sabo, he crawled down the throne in his crazy form. So I would assume so. I don't know. It's fucking crazy though.
We won't know until we know.
It says the only
Crazy.
it says the only way to survive being attacked by an Umibozu is to give it a bottomless barrel to confuse it.
What does that mean? I don't know where to get any of those.
And I think it's funny that Luffy survives having his boat destroyed by using a barrel in chapter 2.
You said that?
No, that's what the guy said.
What guy?
Some guy I found.
What is it?
Reddit.
Give him a shout out. What's his username?
Jack AM, part of Cypher
Jack,
Pole.
So he says
you
that
go.
because Luffy's in the barrel, that's how he beats the
He
boat?
says that in Japanese folklore, the only way to survive an Umibozu, which is the sea spirit, vengeful sea spirit, is to give it a bottomless barrel to confuse it.
And Luffy pops
And
out
Luffy
of a
pops
bottle.
out of a barrel when he gets
First-
attacked
But
by
he jumps in the barrel first.
Yeah, and then he survives the attack.
Well,
When
because his little boat was sinking.
yeah, and he got attacked, didn't it?
Yeah. And then he popped up on Alvida's joint.
Interesting. I like this guy, Jack AM.
Zach Am, shout out to him, dude.
It's
You guys-
very interesting because you don't know if the first
And
guy's
what about
Japanese
Shanks?
lore, what if each person has a religious background to a lore or I guess it wouldn't
Well,
have to be
yeah,
a
that makes
religion,
sense.
but
No,
that
it could
makes
be.
perfect
some
sense.
Sort of
Dude, how
mythological.
spiritual-
What about
absolutely.
but Sengoku? To me, I feel like he's got and also his hair turned white. He's like, I feel like there's like maybe he awakened his fruit because he's got to be so much stronger than what they're showing. Because his fruit has got to be super.
I think that's like
gone.
a well-known. I think that's a well-known fact in One Piece is that they
he's like top
nerfed
10.
him heavy because of just his personal conflict with Garp in the whole situation with Ace. I think that was like weighing. I think that was weighing on the both of them because they're both supposedly wild strong, and they're the same. I mean, maybe they're a little bit older than like Big Moms and Kaido and stuff like that, but these are people who are still in their prime, or not in their prime, but they're still ripping until they run into Luffy and the New Age pirates, which is also the case with Garp and Sengoku. Killing it, damn near like untouchable figures until they run into all the new school pirates that show up with Whitebeard at Marineford. And maybe that's the reason why they nerfed him. I don't know, but they do say that he's like that. He's supposed to be top dog. I mean, he's the
and he's like sneaking around, but then his hair turned white, right?
recently.
Yeah, because he got older, right?
But I was wondering,
But it was only
it was
2
like
years.
it was like a quick thing,
Yeah.
and I was kind of
Maybe
like
he
sneaking
had to
around. He's
die.
like, oh, and he's like lounging around and shit now.
Because because Akauna's in charge.
But maybe I mean, because all fruits can technically awaken, right? So
Only
if
the
his
mythical
awakened,
ones, right?
what would that be like? You know what I mean? It's like that's got to be
No,
insane.
no,
No,
the
because
other ones
Doflamingo's awakened.
you could awaken.
Law's
that's
awakened.
true. Yeah,
Law's
you're right.
finally awakened his fruit.
You're right. You're right.
Kid.
Kid, yeah, I was gonna say kid awake, yeah.
Yep.
But that means like Kaido and Big Mom, theirs have been awakened, right?
Absolutely.
Because when they were seeing them, like, oh shit, your son's awakened. Oh, like that's kind of a funny thing too, because they've been around for a long time. Then we don't really even know what their races are technically, right?
We don't. Well, yeah, we really don't know Big Mom. We know that Kaido's an ogre.
It's an ogre, but we know that for a fact. Like, or they just say like he's an ogre.
He's an ogre. But everyone who's depicted, I mean, him and Yamato both have the horns. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. I mean, it makes sense.
I think they
Ogres,
probably
yeah.
come from an ancient.
Oh, Oars from Oars' thing, because he's an ogre, an ancient ogre.
He's an ancient giant.
He's
And so the ogres have like the
giant.
horns,
Oh, right,
and then the
he's a
giants are
giant,
the
right.
size. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's like a derivative of that bloodline.
Yeah.
And maybe Big Mom's is something along those. Maybe Big Mom's is a buccaneer. And
That'd
they're
be
like,
fun.
and they never just disclosed it yet. Who knows?
Yeah.
She got the chin for it.
But she wasn't always big like
got other
that. Well,
things
she was
for her,
always
too.
big, tall, but
So I'm saying, she's bigger than everybody. She's
Yeah.
a natural disaster.
It's very true.
So, one of the 5 elders is named Shepherd Jupiter, right? So he's a Saint Shepherd Jupiter. So he's Saint Peter. Do you think Emu's gonna kill him?
Oh.
Well, but doesn't he have? He has to do something
Like the
first.
Like
Bible?
Saul?
Yeah, like Saul.
It's a good theory. We'll see.
Like the Bible,
Yeah.
right?
It's
That's
very possible.
We'll see.
It's very possible. We'll see the reference.
which one's Judas?
We don't
There
know
is
yet.
no Judas?
We don't know yet.
For Garland.
No, but the
I like how
elders
you
only
said that
5
guy's name.
elders.
That's how we decided we're gonna say it. We came to a fucking conclusion that that's how we were gonna say it.
Okay, so Saint J. Garcia Saturn, Saint Marcus Mars, Saint Topman Warcury, which is just
Mercury.
Yeah, right, Mercury, but it's Warcury.
Yeah, it's the M upside down.
Saint Ethan Baron V. Nusjudo.
That's the dude who's the
That's Neptune?
he's the one who's got the sword.
Yeah,
He's a
that's the
samurai.
cool
Venus.
one. Yeah,
Not Neptune. It's Venus.
V. Nusjudo.
Yeah, Venus.
There's
Oh, yeah,
Saturn,
now
Mars,
now I get it.
Mercury,
Venus.
Venus.
Now I
Yep.
get it.
And then Emu's Earth.
And then Saint Shepherd Jupiter. Which one's
Jupiter.
that? Yeah.
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Yeah.
Jupiter.
Do you get it?
Dude, we're so
God dang.
Do you get it?
That's
Venus
fire.
Judo.
You didn't- yeah, we got that one, but Jupiter, that was
Yeah.
that one took me a while.
Great.
You didn't hear when I first
That's the
said it.
That's the
There's
most obvious
a.
one.
I was like-
How'd you get Jupiter, but you just read right through Venus? You're like,
I didn't
this
get
one.
Jupiter just now. I said
Oh,
what I
you
said
just
before.
get it.
When I said it the first time, Shepherd Jupiter.
Yeah.
I didn't. I,
I
said
didn't
it like
get it
that.
at all. I was like, oh.
I thought you were
don't
gonna get
it
mad at me for saying that J word.
No. You
at all.
did
Well,
it great,
it's spelled
dude.
different.
So, do you think that there's anybody else more powerful in between Emu and the 5 elders? What are they? The Gorosei?
In between them.
In between. So we got the 5 elders who are presumably the second level of the world government, and then Emu being the top one.
Yeah.
Do you think there's somebody that we haven't seen yet? And also, if there is somebody in between them, do you think it's somebody that we've already seen?
Like for
I
Garland.
feel like that's
Yeah,
a
I mean-
super broad question, though.
No, yeah, but that's reasonable though.
Like, do you think so?
Yep.
Do you think there's
Possibly.
I
somebody?
do.
Or do you think that's it? Do you think that's just the 5 elders and then Emu?
No, I think like you said, there was like a 6th apparition there.
But that's
Or
so
a
much.
7th apparition
There's
there.
so many layers, though. That at some point, there's too many
We've
layers.
already got from like Cypher Pole 9 to Cypher Pole 0 to the admirals,
once-
the lieutenant, like all that.
But in between Emu
Not even
and the
knowing
five
that Emu,
elders,
no one's supposed to sit at
And
the throne.
Sentamaru, and then the what's it called?
Seraphim.
but those
The
are Vegapunk
Seraphins.
things.
They're all
That-
part of the world government.
Yeah, but
line
that
of-
only is for controlling pacifistas and seraphins and stuff like that.
well, no,
That's not-
because the
But that's
the,
those
but
are-
that's because of
those
those
are
weapons.
assets of the,
the
world
five
government.
elders control the
Yeah.
Seraphins.
No, I know that, but I'm saying that's because they created the weapons. But like they're saying that there's somebody in between, above them, like
Yeah.
controlling them as like that's a lot. That's too much.
I'm not saying controlling that. I'm saying that you
There's
haven't
someone else who's
seen yet
also as
that
powerful.
Emu's like there's gonna be a big reveal.
But what's alluding to that?
It's gonna what if Smoker's the fucking?
But I'm saying we
second
already
in
known
command,
Smoker for a
dude.
long time. He's not new.
But that's what I'm saying. That's
You
what was
never
my
knew
second
that.
part
Do
of the
you think that-
question. That was my second part of the question. Was do you think
Somebody's
that
like
if you do-
Emu's boy.
No, do you think that if there is a new person that is in between Emu and the five elders, do you think it's somebody we've already seen that we would have never
Well,
known?
I don't think there's anybody in between.
No. Okay, so then
Unless,
that
but if I
answers
had to guess, maybe like Shanks is cool Emu
Shanks himself.
Ooh,
because he
Shanks
always
himself.
talks to them.
It's true.
And now he's like, yo, fuck this. I'm out. I'm going to the One Piece. I'm going to get it. So I don't know. But I don't think there would be anybody in between. I think it's like we finally got to the top. And we're like, oh, now we're going to see it come. Like they're going to take it down. But I don't think there's like another layer on top.
What if Blackbeard sucks out one of the five elders' devil fruits?
We'll see. He
That might be why they're so shook of him.
What about Blackbeard at all? We haven't seen it at all him do it. Like
I've
not,
seen him.
not at all, but like
I've seen him at the
like,
shop a
he's got to
lot.
have to play a big part in these next upcoming things. Right?
Eventually, yeah, he's
'Cause
gonna
he's the
have
strongest
to,
dude,
it's gonna
right?
play
As
out-
far as we know.
It's gonna play out the same way as God's
be
Valley,
Luffy.
dude. Some Blackbeard's gonna
But God's Valley
team
was
up with somebody,
to fight who?
or no?
Luffy?
I don't know. See, that's what it was. It fucking
He'd have to team up with Luffy.
Gold Roger teams up with Garp and the world government to take down.
It'd be Luffy.
What's his name?
Yeah, it'd be
The
Luffy teaming up
Z?
with Akainu. The
Z?
dude who killed his brother in order to
And
take
then
down
it changes
Blackbeard.
him like Garp. It changed Garp.
Whoa, look at that, dog.
To take down who though?
Ooh, literally.
Emu?
To take, well, yeah, and
Like, are this-
Blackbeard. To take,
And
like,
so
you know?
Blackbeard has the shadow, that weird shadow devil fruit, and all these elders are in these weird shadow forms. Maybe Blackbeard's the guy you're
So
talking
Blackbeard is the
about. Is Emu's boy.
Blackbeard is the reincarnation of Rox Quebec.
and Rox was a
Or-
boy of Emu. You're saying?
Oh, I don't know about
So
that.
wait, so is
That's
there
what
a
Mikey's
moon?
saying.
Who's the moon god? Is there an opposite? Like, you know, like the Nika, the sun god? Is there an antichrist?
It's supposed to be Blackbeard because he's the opposite of light and sun.
And so
He's
I
a black
feel like
hole.
maybe that he would have to be connected to Emu then. Because Emu, if you're saying he's like that sea spirit or something, I mean, I don't know if that connects, but he's got to be, because how, also we don't know how he has two devil fruits.
Oh, you know what else that I didn't think about? The Yosei or whatever they're called.
Yokai?
Yeah, those apparitions. They just don't only have to be animals. They could be plants and stuff too. So they were saying a long time ago how there's like the 4 element ones. Remember, did you ever hear about those?
In One Piece?
In One Piece?
Yeah, the 4 gods.
Yeah, the 4 element gods, and
Rain,
Luffy's
sun-
one of them.
rain,
and
sun,
Dragon might be the rain one or
And
something
then
like
the
that.
Earth one is Ryoku.
And Emu is the
sea one.
sea one,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Where's Dragon?
And it would make sense.
Dragon's
Yeah.
coming.
So,
Dragon's been there, dude.
so if
He's
that,
been there.
he's happening.
if those are the elements, that means that there's a possibility that one of them, one of the Gurusai is a plant apparition. So he might pop up as like one of those like Venus flytraps in Mario, out of the fucking out of a sewer pipe.
Out of
In
a
that
pipe.
specific
Yeah,
shape.
instead of the demonic circle, he comes up
comes
and
out of a pipe.
sewer pipe pops up.
And he goes,
And he starts shooting
It shoots
fireballs.
It could,
Yeah.
dude.
Could happen, dog.
That's the most
You just
solid
gotta jump on
theory
top
yet.
of him, and then he's
Yep.
good, though.
One Piece is getting good.
Yo, you guys, you guys want to plug it out?
Yeah,
All right,
let's
word.
do it. All right,
Do
you
we
can
cover
find me, ShedTech8 on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me every Thursday on the Shedcast with these fools and Robbie the Fire Bernstein. You can catch me every Saturday on the Sports Morts podcast with Big Tone and sometimes Mike Nice and sometimes Big Zoe. Thank you for having me.
And you can find me at Mike Nice CT on all the platforms. Make sure you're following everything Shed Network. Make sure you're following us, Village in the Shed, and always keep an eye out for new music coming out all the time. Get those numbers up.
Bang, bang, boom. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on YouTube. Give us a subscribe. Give us a rating. Leave a comment.
Hell yeah.
Hate us, love us, everything in between. Follow me, Sid_Floyd. Definitely check out the music. Follow us on TikTok, Village Hidden in the Shed. Big things popping. We're going to be at Anime Con. Definitely check our content on that. And yeah, shout out to Alien Entourage. Shout out to Jeffrey Doomer, our fourth leg, Pickle Pat the Thinker. And
yeah, shout out to Kunoichi Farms a little bit.
Yep, exactly. Bang, bang,
A
boom.
little bit. All right, I guess we're good.
Date Bayo.
All right. Peace.